Kabushenga, you have the floor for the next 2 minutes.
You did not bring me from my coffee plantation to talk for 2 minutes. So I am going to tell you exactly what is on the minds of ordinary people. We did not come here for a lecture on economics or English or data. This is not a university class.
I thought I was telling you to go back before people steal your coffee.
No, they can't. I am organized. No, first of all, Mohammed, you have lost the direction of this conversation. Number one, what is the impact of high commodity prices? We are broke. Finished. Now, I don't know what data you're looking for. We are broke. We're not here for data, for national ID, I don't know, NIRA. No, we are broke. It's a real problem. We can't afford life. So, I am going to tell you, Muhammad, what my good friend Ramadan Govi should do.
He's in the house telling
yes, and the good thing is, my friends, I don't care what I tell him, because I know he will not take offense. Number one, I want to associate myself with the Mama Mangoes. Pay domestic areas. Why are you sitting with people's money? What are you doing with it? And then sending them to go and get loans. Pay people's money. You are sitting on a huge debt. That is the money that drives business. Without that, what productivity are you talking about? That's number one. I'm going to give you 7 points that you need to act on today. Number two, you have all these funds intervening, Ramadan, in all sorts of places. Revisit those funds. Revisit them. They are scattered and not achieving impact. There's like 6 or 7 youth interventions spending $20 million. There is funds, everybody is funding innovation in their own way, just to look good. But there's no real innovation taking place. People are looking for money to invest in startups. They are going abroad. There's money sitting here. Why can't we just have that sorted out? You all have PhDs in economics. What are those PhDs for? Number 3, revisit the policies on technology. They are holding back innovation and holding back affordability to deploy technology for productivity. Number 4, if you want our productivity to go up, why are you under-investing in the activities of productivity? For instance, you've cut the money available to our coffee sector. Why don't you fund UNBS even more? Why do we need to fund UNBS? Because now that there is a shortage of inputs like fertilizer, we're going to have counterfeits flooding the market. Why can't anybody just control that market? What is so complicated about it? We can control fishing, we can control all sorts of... Why can't we control those guys in Container Village from bringing counterfeit inputs which are destroying our ability to have high yields? When we talk about working capital for farmers, I cannot afford 60 million shillings to pay for fertilizer for my farm. I need to deliver water to my coffee so that I can get you good yields. I just can't afford it. At the current rates of lending, it becomes impossible. And even the procedures you have for accessing money, they take so long that by the time you get the money, the rain has gone. So, Mr. Governor of the bank, because you're the one who is the head now, although the other man said there's no head, can you get your bankers to process loans or whatever it is they're doing in less time than they do? Why do I have to fill a box file of papers to just get money? That's why we go to money lenders. Why a money lender, 20 minutes, you're sorted. You do your work, you go back, he takes your land. Now, what are we doing? You PhDs, can't we solve the turnaround time of lending money to people? Then, this is to Madam Kawahenda, MP, a lovely person, members of parliament. Please go and tell the political class that the lifestyle you people are living, you cannot require the rest of the population to tighten belts when one person moves with 3 cars, which are fueled by our money at very high prices. So, the good thing nowadays, there's no traffic, so they can move easily. But you cannot call on citizens to tighten belts when for you are living large. You're brewing a social problem. The anger that you hear people talking with has nothing to do with prices. It has to do with your lives. Mumza, you want to chase me away?
I'm concerned about people harvesting your coffee.
Okay.
You are here.
Let me call my farm manager. I think you need to have a more structured and coordinated, aggressive approach to our access to markets. If our neighbors keep closing the borders and we do nothing, or we are nice to them, you went and put a factory for mangoes for fruits in Soroti, but you still allow a flood of Kenyan packed juices, but they refuse our eggs and our milk from going. What type of people are you? So where will we get the money that you're talking about? Border crossings. I challenge PS, I challenge Deputy Governor, go to Busia and Malaba and see how bureaucracy is choking the import process. The cost there is so high. You have over 100 trailers packed. So if people are importing inputs for manufacturing, what is happening there in terms of the time it takes? And this is an important point. You need to revisit commercial justice. There is a huge problem with commercial justice that is causing people to wonder whether they can give us money that we need to invest in our productive processes. And finally, I would just like to say that the quality of political engagement on these matters needs to be checked. I think there's a level of arrogance and dismissiveness. Because, like, for instance, this debate, all the things what government will not do. We will not do this, we will not do that, we will not do the other. Okay, so what are you going to do actually? Nothing? So for instance, if you're worried about losing money by not collecting taxes, why are you not worried about losing money from the leakages and wastage that's going on in government? Rama, I challenge you. Do a forensic audit of all the procurements in government today and see how much money you're losing there. We could save some of these monies from the inefficiencies that we're talking about. So you have things you can act on immediately so that you're serious. So let's act on these things now. Let's not waste English and data and computers. When we have solved prices and people are now comfortable and they can buy food and soap, then we can discuss how can data be deployed, how many people are getting out of poverty, are they dying, how are they leaving the poverty, are they dying, are they paying? That stuff now we have no time. We are broke. And we need something. I have to go and I drive around Kampala looking for diesel of 5,410 every day, guessing, checking which one. Do you think I have time for inputs on IDs or what do you call it? Disaggregating what? Please, we have serious matters. Thank you.
That is Bob Kabushenga. He always moves in the right direction in ways that you may not understand, but he doesn't miss his word. But he has just emphasized that data is important. When he says he moves around looking for where is diesel 5.4 and 5.6, he's really looking for data and information from that data. So we can't move away from data. Even as you say interest rates are high, how high? That is data. But who is borrowing from where and who is lending to who? We need to disaggregate and understand. Governor deals with data, I deal with data, and you deal with data as well. And even as you look for fuel, you are checking your fuel gauge. But I will agree with you on one thing. I actually changed the topic because me and Governor agreed we should change it. Impact of high commodity prices. What we have been discussing here is implications of high commodity prices, because the impact we know, it's not desirable. How do we go forward is implications. And that's the conversation we've been having here. What do we do? What are the implications of this? It's one thing to discuss an impact. Person is dead, but what does that imply? And that has been the conversation. I'm going to give